Wait, what, you are into that sort of thing? She blushes, looks down the floor, nods. Oh, okay. No judgment! No judgment! Bloody bastard! Don't judge! Shut up! Don't judge! Hello, you sexy vampires. Welcome back to Masquerade, Parade. Well, not really. Anyway, welcome to Masquerade, Coteries of New York. Never been to New York. Bad first impression whatsoever. Try to kill me already. Anyway, let's go into this. Where did we leave off? So last night you tried to execute me because I was wrong place, wrong time, the wrong era, and a Latina girl decided that I was perfect to become a fledgling. Just still to understand how this thing works, and I killed a prostitute and its client. Yeah, that's sounds about right then. Where do we leave off? I believe I started telling you a bit more about our customs. You heard the prince heard our tradition. The chief among them is the Masquerade. The chief? Okay. As you might have gathered from us assembling at a niche gallery after closing time, our comings, going and doings tend to be somehow secretive. Yes, I could guess that. We do not advertise our existence. I will not dare to do that too. We allow myths and modern fiction to morph and muddle facts, so the vast majority of keen, we remain bedtime stories and pop culture icons. So, are you actually afraid of the sun, and you're actually afraid of garlic? And bread garlic, right? Because I can live without the sun, I cannot really live without the garlic bread, you know? You know what I'm saying? Says that one television show about Vampire Angel still popular? What? Vampire Angel? How this works? How? What? Vampire Angel? No? You shake your head in confusion. She shrugged and continued talking, looking a little bit more dejected than before. No? Maybe the 80s? I don't know. There was a series of a Vampire Angel? Interesting. Our clandestine ways help us remain safe, allow us to explain away the occasional trip to the rational mind of the 21st century humanity and dictate much of our interaction with mortals. Is your drive a vampire too? So what's the flip side? So what's the risk? So what's the flip side? So like we're the perks here. You're a vampire, but you need to keep quiet about it. Fair enough. What's the point? There has to be a flip side, right? Don't get me wrong, we have a power, immense power. Don't get me wrong, we have a power, immense power. Fair enough. Influence over mortals. Immortality has its benefits too, of course, but we have many enemies and some known our weakness. Well, vampire hunters. Are we actually having a war against werewolves? For one, sound like burnouts. Fair enough. That's why we rest during the day, and you felt it. More like being dead than being dormant, isn't it? But we have no choice. We are night dwellers, but the day sleepers. Some more folk-related threats are just legends, or occasionally a minor nuisance. Garlic, running water, even religious symptoms don't repel us, unless the wielder is uniquely pure and godly. Wait, how does it work? So if it works only if he's a priest, you're basically saying. So we are all actually fucked. The atheism is spreading. No! Stake through the heart. Oh, that's something to avoid. They do not destroy, but they paralyze. Okay. Which, under the right circumstances, can often be the same thing. Fair enough. The reason to have somebody like my trusted driver, Gregory. Hello, Gregory. How are you doing? Making sure you're safe when you drift away. You have many enemies, and they often know their advantage lies through daylight. The Masquerade sounds like bullshit, so it's good keeping human friends. Do vampires watch each other 10 packs? So it's good to keep human friends. Am I right in thinking that having a human friend or two is necessary then, or at least useful? In moderation, or best if they don't know your true nature. Also, I will say that subordinates are useful, but friends? I haven't had one of those many years now. Woman friends? Well, I don't blame her. I mean, he's going to die, so it's like, you know, I'm gonna live for another bloody millennial. You're gonna die the next century. A whole little sex implies social interaction. Plenty, but it doesn't really encourage friendship. Yeah. Alliance of convenience to be broken at whim? Yes, that's more like it. Long-term solidarity does occur in Camarilla, but they are very politicized organization by necessity. Your loyalty is to your sire, to your prince, and to the sect. Friends must remain a distant priority at best for us to maintain the Masquerade and thrive as the year pass. With age comes authority, with comes influence and power, if we wish to reach for them. She seems to be lost in thought and full silence for a while, leaving you a ponder of all things you just learned tonight. Too much information. This feels absolutely unreal, but as piece after piece of knowledge falls into places, the image becomes almost like an entirely logical jigsaw puzzle. Whatever you wouldn't believe on your own, you witness. My question was your thoughts, but one you keep returning to it is what your place in this new reality should be. The car stop, you're in the city in front of old, well-renowned apartment building. Yeah, what is my objective now? I'm gonna be your, lackey? You're here, would you like to see your lodgings? Yes, please. My own apartment? Neat. Here's another parking lot room. How long do you expect me to stay here? Am I own? Neat. Neat. Consider it the first of many gifts that I'm able to grant in exchange for loyalty. Come upstairs. She leads you through a small hall with a night guard who greets Miss Langley. With a good evening, you take the stairs up to the second floor. Sophie opens the door to room 209. Inside all the amenities you could escape, except from a modern apartment and someone you wouldn't have deemed necessary just the previous night, including thick blinds on the windows. The back room has comfortable looking bed and thick steel door with several sturdy looking locks, but no windows. Like my room. Well, do you like it? I'm not a vampire, okay? Chill. Chill. I'm not that guy good looking to be one. It's great, thank you. What? Can I choose another? Oh, feels too nice. What? Can I choose another? Maybe get another choice if I say no. That's a fair point. No, this is the only apartment I can spare right now. But if you find yourself with some unexpected needs regarding your housing, don't hesitate to... Oh, Kluma. Sure, tomorrow we'll take you hunting and discuss the lot more detail. Yeah, we're going hunting with Sophie! Unless you get comfortable. I'm still curious how this thing works. The keys are by a television set that will come to pick up tomorrow night. Use the back room for rest and you can lock the doors just in case. I mean, the fact that I can lock it just in case, I feel a little bit threatened because I'm quite confident that vampire hunt us. Some weird Van Helsing thingy. It stings a bit when she leaves. It's like the room suddenly became a few shades dimmer. You inspect the kitchen, hoping to find something to drink. Nothing, no regular food either. Feels strange that Kadir could be more tactful host your new sire, even if only in that respect. You briefly wonder if the sharing might have a hidden side. With nothing left to do, you lie on the couch with the TV playing in the background for company. Columbo what? Gojak reruns? Oh, there's such a old stuff that I don't recognize any of it. President of the United States got himself into serious trouble again. Is this the Nixon period? President of the Senate got himself out of trouble again. Summary of this is a big summary of the United States presidential period. Pundits start yelling over each other about things that seemed a little bit less insignificant just 2 days ago. Aye. Welcome to the internet. You start drifting off, reflecting about another night, full of confusing conversation whereby shattering revelations. How many more before you finally understand what happened to you and what you're supposed to do now? You keep coming back to the life you left behind, the people you should contact, things you want to pick up from your apartment. You wonder when you will have the chance for either. You start to feel the same tiredness that made you adrift into a cold sleep last night. You settle the bedroom. The bed is comforting, the lack of windows less so. You leave the light bulb on. Looking at it, you realize it is the closest you ever come to staring at the sun. On a breezy summer day again, a wave of melancholy overwhelms you. A few minutes. This is very like it's Jesus. Why shadow thingy? Okay. A few minutes later, your consciousness fades and you take the plunge into darkness again. Sinking. Rest. I can rest again. Okay. Finally, we can interact with things. Rest. Tutorial! There's a tutorial. Now you give me a tutorial. What it was all about then. Hunger is at the heart of vampire existence. You ignore it, it is to tempt the beast, to take over its desire to feed, to overindulge in feeding may threaten the masquerade while staining what humanity you have left. In Coteries, New York, having high hunger is indicated by progressively thicker bloody frame around the screen, like the one you see now. I'm dying. As your hunger grows, so does this indicator. Your hunger may increase when you call upon your vampiric powers. Okay, I have vampiric powers. Or when you need to mend your wounds after a fight. Are we gonna do Morpheus time? When your hunger reaches the maximum level, you will receive a warning after you complete a piece of the story. Ignore it at your own peril. How do I eat? Some choice might only become visible if your hunger is high enough. Similar to high hunger may block off some choices that you will be able to see after pressing continue. Okay. Block off option. You cannot eat. To decrease your hunger, you will need to feed whenever you see a feeding opportunity, you can take the risk to select your hunger. Block option, feeding opportunity. You will need to keep the hunger at bay if you are to uphold the Masquerade and survive the night that awaits you. Is this a survival game? You open your eyes. I open my eyes. The bed isn't warm. The bed isn't warm. The room is filled with artificial light from the ceiling. The solely metal door is closed. Normally you'd stretch for a bit, and some mornings you probably throw the kilt over yourself and snooze a moment longer, but don't you need? But that was before. The way you woke up now, you're fully conscious. No grogginess, nothing. Weighting you down, just a nagging knee to the back of your head. It's basically... That's nice, okay? I'm having so much back pain problem. And I'm young! Hunger not as ever at last time, but a mistake will be there. Get to open the door to the main room. The digital clock of the TV shows you the time is 9:04 p.m. You walk over to the blinds and retract them cautiously. The only light coming to New York City, artificial nighttime luminescence. So that's what your waking hours are going to look like now? You missed the sunlight already. Am I? You're silly. I'm quite confident that if you stop burning you up, you may change your mind very quickly. You're seriously considering just walking out of the apartment and figuring this all out by yourself, but then you come back to the memory of Kadir's exotic sword being raised in the gallery. Maybe sitting around isn't that bad of an idea after all. You keep jumping channels for around half an hour, and then switch your streaming service, almost if the universe had a sense of irony. You catch true blood in the flood of after recommendation. The doorbell rings. It's Sophie. Good evening, Andorea. Sleep well. Like a baby, like a dead man is not exactly the same, right? Like a dead man. Curious wording, but not that far from the truth. I suppose no use dwelling on it. I think you will agree. You will agree with me, time. You made the right choice yesterday. I can teach you many things about yourself, your blood, its desire, and its power. We will begin tonight. I have a strong feeling she's gonna betray me. I'm gonna be used as a pawn in her schemes. You're hungry, right? I'm sure you are. Our kind always is. There's only one remedy. The blood. The drinks we have yesterday at Elysium are not the usual way you slack off your thirst. It's more like an appetizer. So tonight I will assist you your first foray into hunting. You need to learn to sense the kind of blood you desire. There's different type of blood of desiring blood. To understand how can you use the kind of vulnerabilities to your advantage. Can I be honest with you? I'll be a delicious meal for vampires. Why? I have O blood, and I'm quite confident that vampires will love it because mosquito do love it, bedbugs do also love it. So I always have like they always harassing me. Okay. No more freebies. Predator and prey, huh? Grim. I'm ready to learn. So let me get straight. We are predators, humans the prey. That's pretty grim. I know what you fear, remember the notion, but you will inevitably grow beyond it. You need blood to thrive, but there are many ways to take it. Some more humane than others. Okay, let's try the humane way. And try to be a good vampire, okay? You will find that I drink moderate amounts of it regularly. We'll keep the hunger and the whisper of the beast away. You might think yourself monstrous, but there's a balance to be found here. The kiss gives the kind pleasure. You might remember this from your own embrace. Some can even become addicted to the sensation, but if you do it right, they tend to misremember your feeling. The kiss. I'm guessing she's probably talking about the extra power that vampires have, like mind control, right? After all, vampires do not exist. They are myths, fairy tales, and pop culture mainstays, correct? She gives you a sly, knowing smiles. Ah! We are not real! That's why the masquerade is so important, even more crucial when you need. How do I avoid being seen? How do you cover your tracks? How do you select a victim? I kinda wanna know all of it! How do you cover your tracks? Letting people leave mark, right? And the victim remember your face. You shouldn't concern yourself with leaving marks, these are easy to conceal, really? You just need to buy carefully, really? And then lick the punctured clothes? That's all there is to it. You... what? I can heal it back? As for being remembered, like I mentioned, the case is an exciting experience, so I can barely recall the details. I assume it's the same thing that happened to us, right? We can hardly remember anything. We can hardly remember being bitten, right? This is why we didn't realize we were being sucked dry. Even when they do, the city is enormous. You could spend a day on the street and not see the same face twice. Use that to your advantage. Fading from the same area repeatedly can be dangerous, but by branching out, you risk the ire of other kindred on whose domains you trespass. Lucky for you, New York City is more forgiving in this regard. New York is somewhat of a unique position. Many of its neighborhoods remain contested or unclaimed. The reason for this is a lesson for another time, but keep the following in mind. Okay, interesting. There's territory control? We're gonna fight some other vampires? Take opportunities to feed when they present themselves these upcoming nights. As long as you hunt cautiously and respect the masquerade at all times, you should be fine. To wait, I want you to join me to our trip night. Come downstairs, Gregory's waiting for us. Oh, Gregory! The busy street fills there with traffic noise, pedestrian chatter, makes us smell that disorient you momentarily. These warm bodies contain what you want, what you need. You catch yourself, did you really just think of these people as mere souls of blood? Food, not blood. It takes a nudge from Sophie to break your train of thought. Her driver opens the door for her, and then tips his hat to you, gesturing to the back of the car. The car casually joins the somehow thin New York traffic. It's still busy in our way, only one of the biggest cities the world can be, but compared to the daytime commute, it's a pleasant drive. You barely have the time to gather your thoughts and formulate new questions before the car comes to a stop. You're among those skyscrapers that make up a Manhattan iconic skyline. Come, Andorea, park the car. Gregory, will you? Okay. The driver just nods and Sophie gets out. Join her, and the two of you walk through the glass doors together, then take an elevator. Where are we going? You first notice an empty stage with instruments of a string quartet still in the back, then taking a few dozen chairs in front. The quartet seems to conclude that the parties, all smart and dressed and posh, have spread out over the hall. So he strides confidently inside, produces an invitation from her purse that she flashes in front of our security guard. You follow close and are let through without issue. It's not easy, as such a setting like this one will usually prove quite challenging to an inexperienced kindred. Yeah, why wait a minute. I don't have such a skill for this kind of shit. But consider this evening a small gift from me. I hope you procure for your willing vessel. Just remember what I told you about taking small sips. This one have a soft spot for don't damage her. What? Don't damage her. Now let's see her here, and there he is. She notices somebody in the crowd, flash a hard melting smile, and suddenly when you feel drawn to her. You haven't thought about her before, but it's laid clear before in this moment. Sophie is beautiful, just looking at her is a privilege. Just being with her makes you feel elated. Betrayal. Everybody in the crowd, but especially the man who's almost tripping over himself to reach her, clearly agrees. Edgar, I'm so happy to see you. How's your daughter? Is she with you? Oh, there she is. Julie, my girl, come over. Please, there is somebody I'd like you to meet. The young woman walks across the hall, cannot be more than 19 years old. It's clear from her mismatched earrings and partially faded purple hair dye that she doesn't fit in this crowd. A millennial! Julie, this is Andorea. I think the two of you should get acquainted while I talk business with your dad. Awfully boring stuff, I assure you, and positive you like each other. The girls give you a shy smile and nods towards the balcony stair. You follow, somehow I'm sure what you said certainly Soft expects you to do. What? I cannot deal with a teen. You reach a secluded space from which the entire lobby visible. All eyes are on Sophie. They listen intently. Then laugh when she does. Julie saves you the trouble of figuring out the next step. Oh hey. If you are with Sophie, then I guess you are, I mean that, you know. you know! I know! Do I? She puts her wrist to her lips. then gives herself a theatrical nip, then looks to you embarrassed, but also hopeful. She into it. You are maybe a little bit into it, my dear. I found... Yeah, I do. I don't know what you're talking about. What you're sort of... Wait, what you are into that sort of thing? She blushes, looks down the floor, nods. Oh, okay. No judgment! No judgment! Bloody bastard! Don't judge! Shut up! Don't judge! Could you? I mean, if you like, Miss Langley tells me I... She swallows hard, avoids your eyes. That I taste nice. Ah, lovely. I mean, yes, I guess. In Crunchy, don't drink Crunchy. Let me, she likes it. You're like, what the fuck you want? You take a forearm in your hands and quickly look around. Confess nobody's watching! No security cameras covers this area. You bite down gently. It's surreal. She's just giving you her blood in her own volition. How is this possible? I won't be more surprised about the opposite, you know. Because if you think about it, if someone's exchanging money for blood, which we already do, but I'm quite confident that they will give you more, especially if you have a blood they want, right? Your thoughts disappear amid the bliss. They're just a taste sweet, fresh and green. You drink, and drink, and drink. No, stop, stop, stop! You tear away from the girl harder that you want her still, the bites leaving just a tiny puncture. I feel like mosquitoes. Almost as if by instinct you lick them clean and the two holes become concealed, just like that. Julie is now leaning on the wall, pale, wobbling her feet, but happy. She realizes how dreamy sick. Almost her eyes, a few tears fall onto her shirt. Your joy! Thank you. Please, can you walk me downstairs? Please, my dad, he doesn't know. Thinks it's a condition. Miss Langley told him so. She leans on you and requests you walk her over the bench. She takes a seat and smiles at you. The crowd around Sophie dispersed, slowly looking at her now. Only from the residual O hangs in the air. She's pretty, maybe even beautiful, sure, but not your type. What came over you before? Do you want some glass of water? Juice? You walk over to her. Edgar, dears, it was splendid talking to you, but we need to get going. Give Julie my best wishes. Come with me, Andorea. Okay. Gregory is waiting for you in the front. It's only the cat and Sophie addresses you. Okay. I can tell from your look that you took the opportunity. Good for you. The girl is exquisite, don't you think? Maybe too exquisite. You wouldn't tell by her demeanor, but she has so much passion. It brings out a new bucket in her blood. She knows who we are. I feel like it took advantage of her. She knows who we are. I think she knows who we are. That's not normal, right? Right? It's not usual, that's much is true, but don't worry, she will do anything I tell her to. I won't say anything to anyone that I haven't put in her pretty head first. Time for the next stop, trading wheels off. This time Gregory, flashing mirrors, please. Where are we going? How much I need? How much blood I need? I guess without killing it, I probably need more. The driver takes the car over to Williamsburg Bridge. You settle your thoughts. What's that about trading wheels? Why flashing mirrors? What did you do to the people back there? Flashing needles? She used charm! Flashing, what for? Other than the fact that Sphere is beautiful at this time of night, it's a great hunting ground on which you try some of the talents of the blood. Where are we going? We all have our talents, some of them coming from a legacy we inherit from our sire, others can be learned with experience. I can sway people and make them fear me. I see more of the world in a greater detail than securing them. I can will my body to move with unparalleled precision, grace, and more. I'm just beautiful. Literally summary. I'm just elegant. All of these skills make me who I am. They also help me hunt. How do I use my powers? Do I need my powers now? How do I use my powers? How exactly do you use these talents? You will the blood or to do your biting. Many times you will find you to do these things intuitively. Really? Almost passively. By making the entire room focus their attention on you, that is tempting the beast. Okay. Always keep the masquerade in mind, however. It's all fine if you can disappear in plain sight or command animals with your mind. But those other talents are right place and time. Really, I can command animals? I'm a bad man. It only takes you half an hour to reach the park. At this time of night, both you and Sophie leave the car. With Gregory, left behind car, behind again to find a parking spot to keep an eye on the car. Sophie seems deep in thought. She takes in, surrounded with a dreamy gaze. The sky is impressive here tonight. She stars just barely visible in the light polluted aura of the city. I feel like having a snake. I have a snake, yeah. A delicious snake. I'll be by the fountain. Go look for somebody to your liking. See what effects you can achieve with your blood. Only pick one victim, just one, then come back. Can I pick more than one? See how she seems not altogether here right now? We decide to leave Sophie with her own device and seek out your prey. From here, it looks like you have a few choices. Just taking a stroll around the park, finding a isolated jogger or someone like them could work, but focusing on one area might work better. The New York State Pavilion might work as a secluded spot. Just skate park nearby. In the worst case scenario, there's bound to be some unfortunate one around. Are those actually landmarks? I mean, actual places in New York? Because I'm not very familiar with this city. Or maybe the tennis court's nearby. There's a light coming from there, so somebody might still be playing late night match. They won't be alone, but they might be tired and let their guard down. No. 2 eyes, no good. As these scenarios plays out in your mind, you realize you are planning how to assault a stranger in the middle of the night. It's a weird way to be, but now familiar hunger prompts you to act. You make me scared about going to the park. But don't feed. Take a walk around in search of it around the park. Let's try... yeah, let's go with something simple. Let's go with a jogger. Park's many avenues must hold good spot on too for predator like yourself. You pass through soccer fields and circle around here, where the fount of the plants once a world visitor with its spectacle before coming across the opportunity. A woman, a small duffel bag on her arm, is making her way through the park in a hurry. She doesn't seem to have noticed you yet. What is the difference? Line in wait and overpower. Oh my god, sounds like a rapist. Presence focus her attention. You think back on what Sophie did in the whole house. You managed to focus the attention of the entire gathering on her. That might be a tall order for you, but a single person could be doable. Yeah, test it. See what it is. Why the hell do we have to overpower someone? For a moment you're thinking how now an old guy in a hood should appear over your shoulder saying, use the force, Andorea. Use the force! You feel ridiculous. I mean, you don't know. Then sometimes you're gonna let me drink your blood. But then something stirs within you, there's a confidence, there's an allure that you might have had before, but one that's increased manifold in this moment. Catch the woman's eye. She flashes an unsure smile, almost in spite of herself, and she passes you by. Stop, wait please. Hey. Hey you. She turns, gripping her back close but attentive, her eyes lock onto you. The slight smile is there again. Yeah, what is it? Almost to you close the distance between you, she cannot look away, she can prepare for that what follows. In a sweet mood you grab her and bite down, her surprise rests in her blood, how excited and fast flowing, she tenses up, then relaxes, then fall back, hits the ground. Bliss. Footsteps. You let go of her, she drops to the ground, barely conscious. A hooded man is looking menacingly at you. Okay, I love beer. Hoodlum! What do you think you're doing, barging my turf like this, Lick? Lick? What kind of slur is that? Didn't mean that the rats have gone. Piss off or else, Lick. What kind of slur is that? What did you call me, Lick? What is that supposed to mean? Don't be cute with me, I know what you are. Shove that Masquerade bullshit up your ass. Better tell me who you are before my post shows up and we beat out of you. I'm here with Sophie Langley. I'm with the Camarilla. Big tall coming from a chomp. What was Camarilla? I forgot. Chill out and with Camarilla. He does anything but chill out. He messily tenses out. He gives you extremely nasty look and bare his fangs. You with the ivory tower counts? Well, tonight might likely night. And fuck you up and bring you to Callahan. He'll have some fucking breaking your shits, and maybe by the end of it I'll get to have a nice long sip. Wonder what you taste like, Dick. He does his pressing special on Hannibal Lecter and a nice chunty shink, but he's not as intimidating as he thinks. Attack him? Celerity run. Back to so fast. Celerity? What? Celerity? Thank God for help. Celerity? Run back to so fast? What is some... Okay, I'm gonna try celerity. You take off faster than you ever run. The hoodlum has trouble keeping up, but howls behind you like an animal and gives you chase out anyway. So you reach down his sphere again, you slow down, noticing two people near the sculpture, a man and a woman, tangled in passionate embrace. No, not exactly Sophie. Not really, it's Sophie. Feeding, but his whole scene is set up that he looks like a couple getting intimidated in public. She pulls off like she's done 100 times before. Occurs to you that she probably has. The man is unsure on his feet and she lets go of him and leads him towards a nearby bench. Noticing you, she whispers something to his ear and leaves him. Her driver appears from behind a tree. Gregory appears from behind a tree. Hey. Well, Andorea, how did you go? You're about to answer when the same figure as before emerging from one of the alley. He looks at the three of you and predatory smile creeps from his lips. You thought you could run away from me, Lick? Think you'll be safe with your friends? Well, I have friends too. He makes a motion to shout, but two things happen almost at the same time. First, that feeling of warmth and beauty emanating from Sophie flares up again, tracing both you and the hooded thug. He shouts calm out as a weak, confused squeak. Second, Gary produces a wooden stake from a holster under his jacket and slamming to the thug's chest. Wow, that was quick! Jesus, Gregory! Just like that, in a few seconds, the posturing vampire is down on the ground, paralyzed and dead. I see you made a friend, Andorea. Good choice of company. I would say, who is he? I don't know. He knew I said he was his third. He mentioned a Callahan. He said something about presenting me to somebody named Callahan. Ever heard of him? He looks shocked for a split second and recalls her regular countenance. Yes, I have. His hoodlum is Anarch, then. Curious, Corona Park has not been claimed by any criminal last I checked. Let's go to the car. We put him in the trunk and present him to Kadir tomorrow night. I'm sure he'll be delighted to make an unbound acquaintance. Gregory carries the stake vampire and dumps him in the car trunk like a mannequin. It's a strange sight and you're quite happy you are not in that poor fucker's shoes right now. We're like, celery! Boom! I'm gone! Gregory saved the day. It's almost surprised that you can get away with just casually throwing a stiff into a car and driving away, but then you remember that Sophie has been doing this far longer than you have. Still, the nagging thought that anything you did tonight could have been recorded on a CCTV camera or kicked up by a rando with a half-decent smartphone, the stream online fills you with dread. Yes! Yes! I'd actually be like, what about CCTV? What about... are we like invisible? Like, you know, we cannot be seen on the mirror because we are soulless, so the camera will actually get us? I mean, I don't think using your abilities is dangerous business. It's clear that this whole being a vampire thing has about as many caveats as he has perks. You think out your head space by Sophie voice. We'll pick you up tomorrow night, same as tonight. Have some business to attend at Elysium. Expect you to accompany me. Sure. Plus your friends at the band needs to be properly introduced to Kadir and the priest. I'm sure he'll have some interesting thing to say to the court. Her voice is cold, cruel, and nothing like enchanting personality show at the gallery early tomorrow. Sophie is clearly a woman with many faces. Who reads the guy's an asshole? Who set him in his place? What's going to happen to him? Death. The usual imagined interrogation by Kadir, probably in the basement of the gallery, a quick trial with the priest attendant, and if she's there tomorrow night. Swift execution as the verdict. They'll sound eerily familiar to you, and you cannot help but feel a pang of guilt when you think about what awaits this guy tomorrow night. You haven't told me how your hunting went, getting hang of it, I will hope. Yes, I think so, yeah. It will, with time you need to think about it less. Hunting is one scenario in which you're well to trust your instinct in moderation, of course. Oh, if you think about it, the mirror doesn't work. We just saw it right now, this is a mirror. I forgot, I was like, wait a minute, no, the mirror works. Okay, perfect. So they can see their own reflection. Or maybe there's a special mirror, huh? She seemed distracted and not all there, her thoughts drift and her car remains silent until you reach your apartment. We'll pick you up tomorrow evening. Good night. Good night! Just like that, without any further courtesy, Sophie leaves, driven to her apartment by Gregory with a body into the trunk, right in the middle of Manhattan. I guess we have a lot of free time. Are we actually forced to sleep? You cross paths with a situation like this in past unknowingly, but are there secrets you pass on the street without knowing the true nature? Your heaven isn't like an missing heaven. Your heaven. It's just as you left new hours ago. I thought the sun would come up for some time. You feel tired. You learn something about yourself today. I'll take time to process. I can run very fast. You're not in the mood for television, and the few books on the shelf in the apartment are either in languages you don't speak or sound like a boring read. Nothing led to you but rest. Lazy fuck. You are immortal, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Just read. I'm on essential but then decision. This time you turn the light off. You think back to Julie. How many people in the city you know about this vampiric society? Not many, that's for sure. How many are willing to accomplish in sustaining it? Not many, that's for sure. I think the less people know, the better. And the tough you met in park, is he not... If he's not Camarilla, then what is he? They're independent vampires, how does that work? No question, you begin to wonder if there are ever going to be a night when you can start crossing them off the list instead of adding to it. Yeah, good question. And Void of Nothingness meets you with open arms like an old friend. Hello darkness, my old friend. I come to rest you again. Okay, I just can only rest. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoy the Open Your Eyes, and I hope you enjoy this episode. I'm trying to keep it on a day base, so we don't chew it all out in a single day. And as usual, have a lovely day. Have a lovely vampiric day if you're a vampire. And leave a like, leave a subscriber, and leave a guy, a blood vessel, or a cucumber. Yeah, same thing, right? And leave some garlic bread too. Have a lovely day and goodbye.